in Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off because the iPhone don't gotta.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the Washington Redskins.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Here we go. Mark the flag. 29. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
There's the pitch to Hill. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does cut up the ball in the secondary.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
Come on, baby. Let's go. Red 90. Wolf. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
On play action, they'll throw. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, L.A. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And a big mistake on the return. He's out of bounds at his own 1-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
A gain of a yard on the play.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over.
Here we go, here we go.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. Able to hang on to the ball this time, and in the process picks up the 1st down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Nick Chubb, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And there, the counter play proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counter play in general successful, Charles?
But what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense, get them going in one direction and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if you have any kind of a good back, he'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Running with Howard. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
And they'll indeed go for it with Haskins. And he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run with Howard. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now Haskins to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That burst good for 20 and a first down. They come out here in the I. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Here we go. Push the outlaw. 54, 56. Watch the screen.
2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. Eluding the pressure right. Incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Able to get this to Gordon. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Here I come. Here I come.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Now it's Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Back to throw here. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable, and there's two schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
2nd and 15. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
He'll drop to throw. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here's Thomas. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now.
Haskins hit, and he lost the football. But the Redskins look to get this one back, and indeed they did. It's still Washington football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
22 yards there, a 1st down from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Haskins. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10 now. Haskins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Von Bell. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
23-yard line.
Target, 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 target. Under 10, under 10. Ready.
Now Chubb running right. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
A big run there, 29 yards and a first. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Ready. 61. Matchbox, right.
At the 15-yard line.
Come to my work. You fellas, let's go. Kill.
Second and 11. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
Set. 50. Plant. Here we go, D. Get off the field. Ready, go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. DJ Moore, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
You know, in golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, and it's third down.
QB's trash. Let's go.
Third down. Here's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
With the score, Rams 42, Redskins nothing.
Ready. 60 yards. 29. Hey, we heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges.
They'll try and throw for it with Haskins. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
I don't think we'll ever get enough of watching one-handed catches, and when they pay off, they are spectacular. But how about the times they don't pay off and coaches go, 2 hands, 2 hands still works.
I know, but they go for them so often now that I'm almost starting to take them for granted.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Because
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 23.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
H3, 218, chopper, alpha, fast, and go.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He completes it to Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at their 49-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. With a sack, it's Ziggy Ansah.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
They'll look to throw. They'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Haskins. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. The Redskins on 3rd down. As bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he? And
what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Josh Allen. And how about this for a setup? The ball will go over on downs at the 1-yard line. Boy, going for it at this stage in the second half, back in the shadow of your own goalpost. Explanation, please, Mr. Davis.
I'm not sure I'm going to give you a great one, but here's a thought that I had. I wonder if maybe instead of going forward with your offense and announcing your intentions, that maybe you run out your special teams and fake it. Because even though teams say, hey, we plan for the fake all the time, I know from experience, you look at the situation and there's no way they're going to fake it here. They probably had a better chance if they tried it that way.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. But now it's 3rd and goal. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. And this one is right through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And, oh, that is going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, start the bus, because they think this one is over.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
You ain't going nowhere. Scene 6.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ezekiel Ansah picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. And often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Here's Haskins to throw, and the pressure gets to him again. Josh Allen in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Los Angeles, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.